Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful principle for building stronger, freer relationships. And this applies everywhere, from your business to your family. We're going to talk about how to create real balance through some simple, intentional structure.
All right, let's just jump right in with a feeling I bet you've had, but maybe couldn't quite put your finger on. Have you ever helped someone out or received a gift, and instead of feeling connection, it just created this weird pressure? It's a super common feeling, and the good news is it doesn't mean anyone did anything wrong. It actually points to something much, much deeper.
And that's because, well, it turns out that good intentions just aren't enough. Healthy relationships, the ones that last, they're sustained by this felt sense of balance and mutual dignity. And when that balance is off, even the purest motives can start to create discomfort.
Now, I know when you hear a word like exchange, your mind might jump to, scorekeeping, like some cold transactional thing. But we're going to completely reframe that idea. This is not about tit for tat, not at all. It's about preserving the freedom and dignity of everyone in the relationship.
See, at its heart, a healthy exchange is all about psychology. It's not about answering the question, are we even? It's about answering a much more important question, am I actually safe to give and receive here without losing my freedom or a piece of myself in the process?
So this is what it looks like in practice. A healthy exchange is where giving is totally voluntary, not forced. It's where receiving a gift or help doesn't make you feel small. Where nobody feels trapped by this sense of obligation, and where help flows without making one person better than the other. When these things are in place, generosity is amazing. It's life-giving. When they're not, that's when it starts to feel heavy.
So what happens when we leave things a little too undefined? That's where we run into this idea of invisible debt. And it's exactly how really good intentions can accidentally start creating distance between people.
Yeah, this isn't a debt you'd find on a bank statement. This is a feeling, right in your gut. It's this physical sense of unease that you can't quite explain. It's that little voice in the back of your head that says, I owe them, even when they tell you, oh no, you don't owe me a thing.
Do any of these sound familiar? That feeling where you have to thank someone over and over and over again. Or maybe you even find yourself avoiding the person who helped you out. Look, these reactions aren't a sign that you're ungrateful. Not at all. It's your mind's natural, healthy attempt to get back your sense of balance and personal freedom.
And this right here, this is the absolute heart of the matter. It's captured perfectly in this quote. The problem isn't bad intentions. The problem is a lack of a completion pathway. Without a clear endpoint, that feeling of obligation has literally nowhere to go, so it just sits there.
Okay, so if a lack of structure is the problem, the solution isn't to stop being generous. The solution is to get better at building what we can call relational containers. These are just clear, defined structures that make our interactions feel safe and predictable for everyone involved.
This slide just lays it out so clearly. We tend to think of structure as something that limits us, but in relationships, the right kind of structure is totally liberating. That unbounded generosity on the left, that's what creates the tangled mess. But contained support, that creates clarity, safety, and dignity. It's a total game changer.
Now, this model is so interesting because it shows our connections have layers. Down at the bottom, you've got simple transactions, but that middle layer, exchange, is absolutely crucial. It's where we ask, is this complete? And look what that healthy exchange layer supports. Communion, that deep, trusting connection we all want. You see, healthy exchange is the pillar that actually holds up our most important relationships and keeps them from collapsing under the weight of all those unspoken things.
So how do we actually build these containers? Honestly, it's way simpler than it sounds. It's just about clear communication. Name it. Hey, I'd love to help you with your new website. Define the scope. How about I give you 3 hours this weekend to get it started? I know it might feel a little formal, almost corporate, but it's not. Think of it more like relational hygiene. It's just a simple practice that keeps our connections clean, healthy, and really strong.
So let's pull all of this together. What is the real payoff for thinking about our relationships this way? What's the end game here? What are we really aiming for?
This table just says it all, doesn't it? I mean, look at the difference. When we honor the exchange, gratitude feels light. Generosity is energizing. Relationships feel voluntary. But when we ignore it, gratitude turns into obligation. Generosity, it actually leads to avoidance. And even love can start to feel heavy. I think we've all been on both sides of this table. And this right here, this is the most profound takeaway. The goal isn't to become some kind of martyr who just gives and gives. The real goal is to build connections where everybody involved feels free. Free to give, free to receive, and free to just be themselves without that heavy weight of unspoken debt. It's all about shared freedom.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to think about today. Just pick one relationship in your life, maybe it's with a client, a team member, your spouse, one of your kids. Where could you build a slightly better container, a little more architecture, to create a lot more freedom and connection for both of you?